What's up?
What up, what do you do? That's right, 105.1 FM.
The music muscle of the show.
Hey, listen, we playing with these mics today. Mona. We done changed chairs up and changed mics up.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. And you got my mic, Mona.
Do I sure do.
I'm looking like, Mona got my mic.
I wonder what was wrong.
I'm like, But look, y'all, we back. What's up, Tamika?
What's up?
Hey, listen, y'all, we'll be right back. You listen to 105.1.
The music muscle of the show.
Look, I knew something was going on. I'm like, okay, so which mic? Give me my mic. Cause you got, here you go. Let me see, Mom. We ain't gotta do that. That doesn't sound like my mic. Alright, so that means you're one until you three. Now that makes sense. So we control those. Hey, we got an echo.
Trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together, gonna polish up our act. And if you've never been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Stand in the way. I want you to
105.1 FM.
The music muscle of the shows.
Listen, ain't no stopping us now. That's right. We going to what? Because the radio station got to stay on the air.
All right, we here.
I say ain't no stopping us now. Mona said, you sure right. Because
The snow didn't stop us.
we supposed to be there. Listen, my daughter sent a TikTok, and the guy was on there on the TikTok saying, "Ooh, how all of you guys are feeling right now? That's not going to work in because of the snow." And he said, "Ooh, they happy right now." He said, "But them ones that's working from home." He said they upset right now. He said call in and tell them your internet ain't working. The internet done got cold. It done froze up.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was good and funny. I said, man, that is real funny because I know a lot of people was like, listen, I need to be at the house. I don't need to be going to work today. I wonder who them people were. Did you hear Mona?
I wonder who those people were.
I don't know, but I was told, and Tamika and I was talking about this morning, when folks give you a ride, you need to be standing at the door waiting. Folks don't need to come to your house. Folks don't need to come to your house and then have to sit there and wait on you. Didn't our mama tell her that?
Well, I've always been trained that way, but you know, some people not ready because they just need to make sure you gonna show up.
Well, we ain't calling no names or nothing, but I'm just saying, when you go to folks' house to pick them up, you would think that they'll be, especially if you tell them what time.
Well, I think they just feel that you're not gonna show up.
No, I mean, I would think that if you hadn't shown up before, then you would think that.
That's what I would think, Tamika.
Yeah.
I would think they wouldn't show up because of the ice on the road and stuff like
Some people must have been deserted before. They got a desertion spirit. They like many have lied to me and not showed up.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that's
make
sad.
a believer out of
Yeah,
it.
I'm telling you. But I tell you what, the next time they don't walk, yeah, they're gonna have to walk and they got to get there. Okay, so I'm just saying, I ain't calling no names or nothing, but and
Put
then
a name on it.
and then when you get there, they come to the door and they look and say, "Oh, hold on a minute."
But that's, I hate to say it, but that's how old folks usually do. They come
Oh, that's what it is.
old folks come to the door and peek their head out the door and say, "Baby, I'm coming now."
And that's exactly what happened. Came to the door like, hey, and then wait, hey, I see you out there. Okay, I gotta go get my coat. I don't know what I did.
I gotta go get my coat in my pocketbook. That's what old folks do, though.
Yeah, come here, baby. Let me kiss you first before I leave.
Yeah,
and all that. And
I gotta go back through the routine of everybody in the house.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Come here,
listen,
baby.
Y'all, we have 15,000 new followers.
All right.
15,000
last month. Since last month. So we picked up 15,000 in a month.
And
so that's
we need
wonderful.
to pick up some more YouTube people. So y'all go to our YouTube, that's Knox Media Group, and subscribe. You do not have to have a paid account to subscribe to our page. So please go ahead and do that.
I was told yesterday, and we're gonna do this, y'all. We're working on it. Hey, listen, if you're paying attention to our studio, we got a new setup again. But I was told that I need to get the like and subscribe button put on our video. When we go live, we need to have like and subscribe with our YouTube name on the bottom and all that. So I said I would definitely get that done so that people can see, like, and subscribe. Because yesterday, people said that they hadn't liked and subscribed because we didn't remind them. So now, guess what, y'all?
We're
like
reminding
and
you.
subscribe.
We need, before we can even give away a car, how many subscribers do we need?
Man, listen, we need at least, y'all help us get up to at least 75,000. Help us get up to 75,000.
75,000 on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. And let's just get 50,000 on YouTube. And right now, what I'm doing, I'm looking at us on YouTube right now. And we're actually looking pretty good. Yes. I just need to hold my head up so you won't see that spot right there. But I'm holding my head up now. So
what spot?
Good. You know that spot. Playing with me. I see how you want to treat me. No. I see how you want to treat me. So.
I was just asking.
Yeah, and see, you looking at it too. So Tamika's looking at it as well. Tamika, don't we look pretty good on there?
We do. We look nice on there.
Yeah,
so y'all can
good.
go to our YouTube page and like and subscribe. Please listen. I'm just one of those kind of girls.
Yeah, I got to get off
Somebody
of it because it's repeating. Yeah, it's repeating somewhere. I think that's somebody. Hey, what's up? We got some people on from overseas. What's going on? Thank y'all for getting on. FGHFG. I don't know what that means, but thank you for joining us. Like I said, we're worldwide. We're international. 105.1 is international. So, hey, if you want to get your message out, make sure that you come on, advertise with us today. And listen, I got some things to talk about today, and I want to ask y'all a question. Okay? Do you think affirmative action is needed?
Do we think affirmative action is needed?
In today's time, do you think it's needed? So, first of all, do everybody know what affirmative action is?
Yes.
What is it? Oh, she answered that like she's still in school. What is it? What is affirmative
action? It's a set of procedures designed to eliminate unlawful discrimination among applicants.
So, affirmative action is to make sure that it's equal number of blacks, it's an equal number of minorities, women, whole deal. That's what you're saying.
In the workplace.
Yes.
In college.
Yes.
It's used for college. Usually big deal was they just struck down the use of affirmative action for college, like for Harvard, Yale, military, I mean everywhere. So do you think affirmative action is needed?
Yes.
Why?
Because people are being discriminated against.
So you trying to tell me my good white friends won't want to let you in if it weren't for affirmative action?
Some of them.
But majority of them, you don't think so?
Yeah. Majority of them, yeah.
What do you think, Tamika?
I mean, I've seen it happen, so.
I personally feel like if affirmative action wasn't in play, they will not allow us to be in the positions or roles or schools that we are accepted in, due to the fact of they think less of us anyway. So therefore, we wouldn't get a chance at doing what we have a desire doing, because one, they're gonna look out for self, and self meaning their people.
Well, I mean, do you blame them?
No, and I mean that's the part that doesn't work with us. We don't stick together.
So
therefore,
at all.
So you telling me the reason why, and y'all do understand why affirmative action started. Okay, in 1961, it was signed into play by President John F. Kennedy. And basically, it was trying to implement policy and procedures to make sure that based on race, because it was all about race.
Right.
Okay, all about race. And it's all about race. And then Harvard and Yale said that they don't think it was important to use affirmative action anymore because they have a process in place to make sure that you all get in school. So my question is, how many African Americans or minority, and once again, we talked about this yesterday, you know, a lot of people use minority as white, female, LBGTHQ, and they use that as minority, but honestly, minorities is African Americans, brown people.
Well, that's what it used to be. Now, I mean, we've seen for ourselves, that's not considered minority. Just here, for different organizations, the Chamber is one of them. They're minority. We went to a minority conference or a minority work day.
And we was the only black folks in there.
We were. I mean, they had about 5 African Americans that were there, but the majority were women, because they even had Asian. They had an Asian couple. They had a Hispanic couple. So it, and like you said, a LGB. I'm not sure of the letters, but they had different diverse groups. So it wasn't, in their minority group is not just stated as a black or white.
Well,
and I think I asked that question.
Well, the thing was, and here's the thing that the political correct answer is, well, you are minority. You're right now, if we were to give the classification for minority, to look around the table and say, this is minority. You have a female, you have another female, and you have a black male. So that's minority. And then if we were to take y'all seats out and then put Karen and Becky over there, they'll say we still got minority.
Right.
But we all know, just like Clarence Thomas' wife participated in the riot, the January 6th riot. And even though he's a Supreme Court justice, he's really not a minority, because he's actually ran by his wife. Oh, okay.
Wow.
So the question is, and that's just these are our opinions. Yeah, basically this is what I think, because the enrollment student population at Harvard right now university is 34.6% white, 13.6 Asian, 9.05% Hispanic or Latino, and Black African Americans only 4.25.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, and then this is what I find strange. I find strange, everybody hates the black race, but everybody want to be down and be like the black race.
Yeah. You know,
If you go to the brown race and go to their community, they want to be cool like the black race. The white race want to be cool like the black race. But everybody hate the black race. Think about it. And I think that's interesting. And I didn't even know, and I was doing research, and y'all can check this out. I didn't know that most Spaniard don't like black folks. And I'm talking about Italians, and I didn't know that.
Some of them.
And they said that that's a problem throughout the United States and throughout the world.
wow.
And then racism actually exists in Africa between the light-skinned blacks and the dark-skinned blacks and the white.
Well,
The racism is everywhere.
So do y'all think, we want you all to call in today, tell us, do you think affirmative action is needed? And look at the political makeup of where we are. You have one councilwoman,
One on the school board.
one,
No, we have
you have two
now.
on the
Two on
school
the school
board,
Two on the school board.
and what else? In Muscle Shoals, you have one on the board. What you got in Tuscumbia? So we got
Tuscumbia has the superintendent.
okay.
But that's Sheffield probably.
So my question is,
It's not enough.
and here's the good,
No.
and and trust me, I'm not putting the superintendent down, and I think that's a great position to have. But they'll let you be superintendent, but you still ain't running nothing,
Right.
because the board is the one that makes the final decision.
Decision.
So that's just like everything else. People say, well, our governor is running something. The governor don't run nothing. The governor got somebody else running her. Y'all know that you barely see her now. Okay, Tony Lathan said yes, it is needed. Why do you think it's needed, Lathan? Because a lot of people say it's not needed anymore because people just gonna do right.
People not gonna do right. I mean,
You don't think people gonna do right
No, you
in
can't
2024? You really don't think people gonna do right?
nope.
Oh, y'all, come on now.
you
Really?
can't expect people to do right. That,
Wow.
that's my biggest. That's one thing I actually pray about and talk about all the time. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Okay, but let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest now. Okay, if you had an opportunity to run a company or run a school, and you had a bunch of black folks to apply for jobs or work at a school, you're gonna hire a bunch of white people, or you're gonna hire a bunch of black folks?
I'm going to hire who qualifies for the job.
Good, you on the radio. Tell the truth, so you can even get that story out. Look, you tell what Mona be. Look, she done got quiet. You gonna honestly speaking, you're just gonna hire who's qualified for the job. Have you ever felt like you were discriminated against and given a job? Somebody else got your position.
Yeah.
What about you?
I felt like I was discriminated against with the house.
With a house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Tamika?
Oh, I definitely.
You need your mic. You bring your mic up.
I've definitely felt that I've been discriminated with a job or a position, different positions. Even in a school position, when I went back to school at one point, I felt that I was discriminated for that reason. So yeah.
Well, think about it. People are not going to do right. Tony Lathan said people are not going to do right.
No.
Well, some of us walk around here hollering, well, it's not needed anymore.
It's much needed for not even if you don't feel it's needed for you, but it's definitely needed for your kids and grandkids.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. We had a situation. You were talking about the chamber. We were talking about the chamber.
Right.
So the chamber just sent out board members, nomination for board members.
Okay.
And I think the chamber, this is my opinion, and I'll just tell you, if you're talking about small businesses and you're talking about businesses to help the community, why would you go get people that work for big major
Larger
corporations and none of them have to do the struggle because it ain't their business? They get a check and go home and go to sleep. But the ones that own small businesses that work 17, 18 hours a day, those people, you don't choose those people. I think that's crazy.
That is crazy.
And then you look at the makeup, you get, we're gonna put one black man or black woman in that position that is controlled by the corporation that they work for. You think they're gonna speak up?
Right.
You think I'm gonna lose my $200,000-$300,000 a year job and speak up for y'all?
For someone who's actually, like you said, they're working, they own their own small business, and people don't really support small businesses.
Well,
Like you should.
somebody told me y'all gonna mess around and get put off the air. I said, why? They said, because you all are a platform and you are speaking the truth and you're not speaking anything that's wrong and you're not speaking hate. You're speaking love, unity, and diversity. And it need to be across the board. I don't care how you try to serve chicken. At the end of the day, chicken is chicken.
Right.
And so you can try to make it up all you want, but if you really want to do something and really want to see about a change, then you got to really be about that business. You got to, and can't get offended. And I find this is very strange. If you speak the truth to people, people get offended with you and they become standoffish and don't want to deal with you. And then they don't tell, they won't tell you they're not going to deal with you, but
Right.
they tell other folks
They
not to deal
blackball
with you.
you.
And I'm telling you, I personally think that without affirmative action in place, we would be up the creek.
Yes.
Because in the military, when I was in the military, I can tell you personally, I saw a lot of qualified individuals get looked over because, affirmative action was not used. But when went to the EEOC on base, and they come back, then they had to reinforce affirmative action. A lot of people got opportunities that would not have been given to them.
Right.
And so my thing is, you don't have to give me anything but a chance.
That's it.
That's all. And I think it's important. And if you don't think it exists, look at the banking institution right now. You can look at the statistics. Most African Americans are denied loans when their credit and their finances are better than most whites that get loans. And they have shown that to be facts. Now, I'm not telling you opinions. You can look it up yourself. And they're saying, hey, come on now. So I
Because
think
it basically, to me, it seems as if they're stereotyping people. Stereotyping, considering a black person can't do or won't do anything different. And I just think that's why we're stuck. And then, too, you may be working at the bank. You ain't going to vouch. You ain't going to do nothing different for us.
come on now. You ain't gonna mess with your check. I don't
No.
care what nobody say. Ain't nobody finna mess with their check
No.
dealing with us.
No.
Nah, they like. Cause see, right now we taking a chance now by even talking about it on the air.
Right.
Cause somebody that said they were gonna advertise with us. They said, oh no, oh no, we ain't dealing with them folks.
Well, I just think people should learn to learn people for themselves. And it's not just with businesses, it's with individuals. And that's why people are stuck where they are, because they don't take chances and they don't get to know people. They always saying, well, I'm a Christian. But if you're a Christian take chances.
Well,
That's faith. I mean, how you going to do something different if you are looking for something?
what's up, Candy Greer? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Candy Greer said it's her first time here, and looking forward to the content. Hey, listen. Tony Laker said, yes, Lord, I just purchased a property in Mississippi and had to tell the bank they were not treating me equally. Hey, you ain't got to tell me, bro. You ain't got. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something. They did a research and they did this little thing, and it's amazing. Appraisals, when they come to your house, they say take down the pictures if you're black and put up white pictures.
Are you serious?
And
That's crazy. I heard that.
And they say you
I
get
heard
more
that.
money for your house.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That's crazy.
So I was looking at, at the refinance one day, and I said, man, these rates are real low. I said, so what I need to do, I need to refinance my house and get
Right.
me some lower rates, and I took her because I said, well, take down all the pictures. Take down all the pictures. I said, because you get more money.
That's
Did
sad.
you do that?
Huh?
Did you do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I
That's
didn't.
sad you have to
but
do that,
when
though.
but when they came and appraised the house, if I didn't say, y'all got to be joking me. Because it ain't nowhere in the world the house value go down in a market as such which we were in. And now the market is really up. And so, and when I said something to them, the banker got upset with me. And they didn't want to deal with me. And I'm telling you firsthand experience. I have been denied. I have been approved, almost ready to close. And I said something to the banker, and they canceled my loan.
They didn't like what you
They
said.
didn't like what I said because I told them I don't understand how the house next to me is worth this much, and my house is 3 times the size of that house.
They wanted you to stay in your place.
They showed me, but thank be unto God. He always make a way.
Right.
It's one thing about being a military veteran, the VA don't play that. So that's what I'm telling. I know for a fact that it exists, and without some governing board, a lot of people will get mistreated. And they say if you're selling your house with a black real estate agent, have his or her white friends show the house for you. Hey, y'all hear this
It's
now?
crazy.
This
It's
is
crazy.
this is what has been said. So, do you all really think that affirmative action is needed?
Yes.
It should be reinstated because you read it online. The Supreme Court say, "Hey, we're gonna take it out of college admission."
Right. They did.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, that's what they did. So, and I'm asking a question, Mona. You are a. This is amazing to me. You are a cook. You are a chef. Okay. Most restaurants would have a look on it as if it is a white establishment, but in the kitchen.
Yeah.
In the kitchen is you and Harvey and Jose.
Yes.
I ain't never been I went to a Mexican restaurant and the Chinese folks came out the back.
I went to a restaurant
went to-
not long ago, and the girl said, I know it was a white establishment, and she said, I can guarantee that the cook is black. I said, oh, yeah, most definitely.
Man, I ate somewhere the other day. The cook, I was like, I know this food. Whoa, that food was some kind of season. And then came out the back. I said, boy, Beckett. I said, Beckett then threw down on this. Then come to find out Beckett was married to a black man.
Exactly. That's what I was finna. Yes.
I got so took it. I said, I knew it. Because, man, that food was good.
Yep. And
I
restaurants, blacks in the back.
Come on, blacks in the back. Don't play with me. Hey,
Going through the back door.
but y'all remember going to that Chinese restaurant and then the Mexicans came out the back. I said, y'all cooking? And then it was the other way around. We was at the Mexican restaurant and the Chinese folks was cooking. Or was it the other way around?
I went to the Chinese restaurant and
And the Mexicans
was in the
I'm
back.
talking. I'm telling you. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow. But I mean, I just think we ought to just. I mean, I don't have a problem with. And here's another thing. Some people say, well, you don't like to work. You heard you don't like to work with nobody but women. Well, it's okay. It's your preference when it's your business on what you like to do, but you shouldn't discriminate against people.
No.
Right.
Okay, if you're a black business and you want to hire black people, okay, hire black people. But if white people apply, you should give them a chance.
Yep.
But most whites don't want to work for blacks. Now, I done seen that because, I've been on my own since 1998. My first assistant was Michelle, and Michelle was a white girl. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me in the good old state of Mississippi. So Michelle was my assistant, and I used to try to get contracts. I had to get Michelle to call and say she was the boss.
Yeah.
And I had to act like I worked for Michelle in order to work. So I had a contract, and I'll put the name out here. I was working for Compaq Computers. I was doing technical support, and I had a contract with them. How did I get the contract?
Michelle.
Through Michelle.
And that's crazy. So crazy.
And the woman was talking to Michelle and telling her, I need you to send your tech out. And I went on out, did the job and everything. And they were talking to Michelle like she was the boss. And so guess what? I didn't get mad. I was counting the money. Because guess what? IBM Compact, we was doing IBM Compact and Acer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started doing Gateway. So, it was like, hey, that's just how it is.
Sad but true.
Oh yeah.
So, and then here what get me is, I'm gonna take a break. What get me is for people of African American descent to act like what we're saying is just so far wrong.
Far fetched.
Like, why are you
Maybe
saying
they just
that?
haven't experienced it yet.
Everybody, if you black, you didn't experience it. Now I'm gonna tell you what that just happened. So, my son and my daughter-in-law just went to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that never been there, I used to live in Hawaii, and Hawaii is very racist. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, they're very racist, very racist. I'm telling you. So when you go there, it's two things they look for. If you're black, you got to be in the military. Okay, automatically. And now they got this thing where you're black, you got to be stealing. So,
Oh wow.
my son, y'all know he's black.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter-in-law, she's El Salvadorian. So, little to be said, most people say she's Mexican, but she's not Mexican. She's El Salvadorian, and she's a Hispanic.
Okay.
So you got the black and the Hispanic with the baby that looks like it's Hawaiian. So my little grandson look like he could be Samoan. So I told him he fit right in. So they're in this high-end store over in Hawaii.
Okay.
In Hawaii, got real high-end stores. I'm talking about Gucci, Louis, all of it. It's like, do you know them folks are following them around the store?
I believe it.
My son was like telling his wife, he said, "Oh, welcome to being black."
Wow.
She was like, "I can't believe they following us." He's
You
like,
don't
"Yeah."
have to be in a high-end store. They do that at Dollar General sometimes.
Nah, let me get you. I'm gonna get you even.
I'm just being for real.
Hey, I got another one for you. So I used to be security. They call loss prevention and worked at the NEX in Hawaii. Okay, I worked at NEX. It's what considered a mall. It's like a mall for the military, big store for the military. And what we used to do, we'll put on civilian clothes, and we'll act like we're shopping, but I'm watching you
Right.
to see if you're stealing. So, so we just happened to go to the BX, and we were looking around. I was looking around here locally, and I was looking around, and I noticed this guy, and it's like, I'm in electronics, and every little aisle I go, I noticed he was like, acting like he's looking.
Right.
So I turned around and said to him, I used to do what you do. He said, huh? I said, I used to do what you do. I used to work here. I said, I used to watch people and play like I was shopping to see if they're stealing. I said, you got to do a better job because you starting to irritate me. He fell out laughing. He was like, oh, man. I said, yeah. I said, I'm noticing you watching me. I said, I used to do this. I said, damn, when I get tired of walking, I go back to that room over there, and I sit there because we have cameras throughout here, and I can sit in that room and watch you. He knew exactly what I was talking about.
He knew you wasn't lying.
Exactly. And he was like, wow. Look, Cat the Grill, you said, oh, wow, I was making plans to attend a conference there in March. I would hate for that to happen to me because I don't want to go there. Hey, I'm telling you.
Thank you for downloading our app, Candy. Candy is actually out of Montgomery.
So, Candy, I'm telling you,
Okay.
you will listen, just to know, heads up. And then here's a briefing that they give. And it's so sad that when you're in the military, you have to get a briefing about racism. And guess what? We get a briefing according to where we're stationed to tell us about racism.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Tuskegee.
Yeah, she said, don't get it straight.
Yeah, she just moved back home.
She said, Tuskegee Airmen, baby.
We met her at the Southern Soul Conference.
See, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's still a good trip though, because guess what? I'm ready to go back to Hawaii. I enjoyed myself over there, and my son is excited about being stationed there. So, good trip, Kathy. We look forward to hearing about your trip to Hawaii, and if you stay tuned to us, you can win a trip to Hawaii on Knox Media Group.
Yes.
That's
So
right.
we doing it. Okay, listen, y'all. You listen to Knox Media Group 105.1.
The music muscle of the shows.
And we're getting ready to take a break because we got to pay some bills and we got to make sure everybody understand our topic for today. Our topic is, do you think affirmative action is necessary? So get ready to call us and tell us what you think, okay?
That call-in number is 256-365-1000
We'll be right back. You're listening to 105.1, the music muscle.
of the show.
Your mom's hair so nappy, she gotta take painkillers to comb my hair.
Later for that, man. This is
You got what I need, man.
Oh, it's over that, baby. How about you, then? How
Come
about
back.
you?
Yo. Forget them girls, man.
What's up, man?
Yo, I got a little story to tell you.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love, she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story of my situation. I was talking to this girl from the U.S. nation. The way that I met her was on tour at a concert. She had long hair and a short miniskirt. I just got on stage dripping, pouring with sweat. I was walking through the crowd, and guess who I met? I whispered in her ear, come to the picture booth so I can ask you some questions to see if you're 100 proof. I asked her name, she said blah, blah, blah. She had 9, 10 pants and a very big bra. I took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. I said, how do you like the show? She said I was very amused. I started throwing bass, she started throwing back mid-range. But when I sprung the question, she acted kind of strange. Because when I asked, do you have a man? She tried to pretend. She said, no, I don't. I only have a friend. Come on, I'm not even going for it. This is what I'm going to sing. You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, and you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, but you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, but you say he's just a friend. So I took blah blah's word for it. At this time, I thought just having a friend couldn't be no crime. Cause I have friends, and that's a fact, like Agnes, Agatha, Jermaine, and Jack. Forget about that, let's go into the story about a girl named blah 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 that adore me. So we started talking, getting familiar, spending a lot of time so we can build a relationship or some understanding how it's gonna be in the future. We was planning, everything sounded so dandy and sweet. I had no idea I was in for a treat. After this was established, everything was cool. The tour was over and she went back to school. I called every day to see how she was doing. Every time that I called her, it seemed something was brewing. I called the room, I got picked up, and then I called again. I said, yo, who is that? Oh, he's just a friend. Don't give me that. Don't even give me that. You bust this. You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, and you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, but you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, but you say he's just a friend. So I came to her college on a surprise visit to see my girl that was so exquisite. It was a school day. I know she was there the first semester of the school year. I went to a gate to ask where was a dorm. This guy made me fill out a visitor's form. He told me where it was, and I was on my way to see my baby doll. I was happy to say. I arrived in front of the dormitory. Yo, could you tell me where is door 3? They showed me where it was for the moment. I didn't know I was in for such an event. So I came to a room and opened the door. Oh, snap! Guess what I saw? A fella tongue kissing my girl in the mouth. I was so in shock, my heart went down south. So please listen to the message that I sent. Don't ever talk to a girl who says she just has a friend. Has a friend. Has a friend.
105.1.
The music muscle of the shows.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, Mona, you my friend?
Of course.
Okay, good. Tamika, you my friend?
I am.
Okay, good. All right, so do you think your white friends will get mad at you for talking about affirmative action?
They shouldn't.
The white friends I have, I don't think they would.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You don't think it don't make your friends uncomfortable to talk about racial issues?
No, because we've actually, the white friends I do have, we have actually had conversations on racial actions, and we have actually talked about how they see things happening different for them and their kids than it is for me and my kids. So I've actually had conversations with them about that.
You know, I think that if you have real friends, they're concerned about your livelihood
as well. Yeah.
So
the ones I do have, yes, we do have those conversations.
Well, 53% of the people in America say they don't see racial discrimination.
They don't see it.
Mm-mm. They say where it really exists. Does it exist?
Those people are blind.
They saying that because it hadn't happened to them.
Well, 45% of the people say racial discrimination where it really doesn't exist. It's not a big issue.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm. And they said that Black Lives Matter is a divisive group that's creating problems.
I feel like they're just making you aware of the problem. That's just my take on it.
Let me ask y'all something. Have you noticed that when all of a sudden this stuff happened with the Jewish community and how all of these people started doing all of these bills and police watch out and all this kind of stuff, they heightened the security for the Jewish community, and black killing been going on forever?
Oh, yeah.
So,
yes.
You know.
But a lot of people, Mona made a good point what she just said. A lot of people actually feel like it's not happening to me, so therefore it's not happening. They put a blind shield up until it directly happens to them. They don't care about the issues, and that's just like with different killings or different the way kids are treated at schools. The teacher don't say anything about it unless it's happening to their child themselves. That's just the way I see things. But unless that child are doing it, personally. Because I was actually talking to a teacher the other day about the No Child Left Behind policy, and she was telling me because I never really had to talk about it as much. She was saying how several of her students need to be retained. Mm-hmm. But with that policy in effect, they actually has to get the approval of the parent.
Right.
In order, even though you know that child is not to the point of reading or doing the correct math or whatever studies, you still want your child to move ahead.
But do you understand the basics of that policy, though?
Well, I guess.
What was the basics of that policy? Why was the No Child Left Behind created?
It was basically, I thought it was created to help keep the kids, so the kids won't feel or be put behind in grades. I don't know. I'm not sure of the policy. But I guess I was just confused at the issue because when I was in school, if you wasn't up to par in your reading or whatever, you were retained. You were put behind.
So let me help you. The No Child Left Behind was created back in 2002, 2000, something like that.
With President Bush.
And let me explain to you. It was created it was mainly to help the non-performing, low poverty, the poverty area schools where when you do testing, they found out that most of the small schools in poverty areas were not performing well. And so they were, again, this is a provision trying to make things better for disadvantaged students. Okay, so that's how it started off. So, and it wanted to make sure, you wanted to make sure that everybody, and a lot of people thought it had something to do with food, with everybody making sure the kids get a chance to eat and all that kind of stuff. But it was actually created to make sure that when the federal government give out money, they were requiring schools to prove to them that these kids are being successful in their academic achievements, because a lot of folks wasn't doing nothing.
I thought it had something to do with money.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So, and the reason what you're saying, the reason why they were not wanting to fail a student or hold a student back is because you get to a point where you're showing that this school is not performing. And if you notice, schools no longer teach to educate, they teach to pass the test.
Right.
They're concerned about passing the test. You got kids that don't even know how to write in cursive. You got kids
it's
that
not
really
even
don't
taught anymore.
understand basic math. Why?
Yeah.
Because they are teaching to pass the test, because it's all about money. It's all about money, you know. And believe it or not, private schools, what do private schools do? Private schools created was at one while, if you pay attention and you do your research, in Mississippi, when they passed the law for schools to come together and to integrate, private schools started so that the whites wouldn't have to go to school with the blacks.
Right.
So, but because now the whites want a good football team, and
They're
they
allowing the blacks.
and they want
Good sports.
They want a good football team, and they want federal funding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
We now offer scholarships to y'all to come run that ball. And we offer scholarships to the kids that we think would not destroy our school.
right.
Okay? They ain't come to get Junebug unless Junebug a bad football player.
That's right. And then they're not going to come. And one thing I learned with Florence City Schools, and some people probably, well, just say wherever you started at, that's where you have to finish at in elementary school. So if you start at Forest Hill, your child has to stay there. They don't allow you to go from different schools anymore.
Oh, really?
No.
They should do that at the church.
Well, they started that when they start having behavior issues out of kids. Because I remember Brittany was probably in the 2nd grade, and some kids that was in school with her at Forest Hills transferred to Harlan. They were at Harlan fighting. They passed that law that year. Whatever school you started is the school you have to finish at.
I did not know that.
So if you want yours to go somewhere different, they can't go.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's crazy that
Hey, y'all
different
notice
laws-
I ain't saying nothing. I just want to see what y'all gonna say. Mona, what you read?
No Child Left Behind.
I know you ought to read something. You ought that boy. You ain't got it right with it, boy. Mona done got quiet. She like, oh, right. I didn't know that this was happening. Okay, so Mona, what do you think about that though?
I mean, with that program, I don't think no child should be left behind. But if you're going to have a program like that, you should have some kind of educational process behind it to make sure them kids don't get left behind and not just pass them
Well, they
just
do
because.
have some. They put them in Title One.
Well, I mean, teach them because he said something about the cursive writing. I know they had completely stopped teaching kids how to write in cursive.
Right.
And now somebody said they started back teaching them
Oh, I don't know.
in the elementary. But yes, it was kids graduating that didn't know how to
Didn't
do
know
their
nothing.
signature.
Right.
I'm telling you now. This is okay. So we were talking about Hawaii being a state, being a place where racial inequality was real big. So what they did was they went into play and started working on what they call a SDG. Okay. And the SDG has something to do with the standards and certain standards that they wanted to make sure that is met. Okay, so it's called SDG. Okay, y'all had to look it up. I'm like, what now? What is SDG? SDG. So standards on development And so what they did was they said they want to look at no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable clean energy, decent work and economic growth. And guess who came out to be number one?
Who?
Hawaii. Because they went back and looked at their problem and said, hey, we got to figure out how we can fix this, because we don't want to be ranked as the number one place with racial inequalities. How about that?
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you now. So I mean, so it's one thing to know you got a problem, but it's another thing to admit you got a problem and then work on it.
Exactly.
That's true.
Okay. And the little town in Arkansas called Harrison, Arkansas. And look, they didn't name it the most racist place in America.
Wow.
Harrison, Arkansas.
So why are they considered the most racist?
Well, they say many good people here who do respect one another and who care about one another. But unfortunately, we still have those here that believe that you and certain folks need to stay in their place.
Well, stay where you at.
Oh, no, when somebody say, and just in case you can't read between the lines, when somebody say need to stay in their place, that means you need to stay out of their town. They don't want you there.
So they stated that.
Yeah. He said, we respect one another, but you need to stay in your place. And so now, guess what Harrison Community Task Force has done? Because you're getting these younger people now that's coming along and saying, this is a bunch of you know what. And they ain't no black folks. These are white people. And I'm telling y'all, and I say this all the time, white folks died in the struggle for civil rights.
Yes.
Trying to help us. Okay. And now in Harrison County, they got these folks mad at these kids because these kids are working to get rid of racists in their town.
Yes. Sister Karine said she has witnessed herself 10th and 11th graders who cannot write.
I told you.
The handwriting is worse than a third grader.
I'm telling you now. It's
because it's not being taught anymore.
It's the deal. That's how things are right now, because we are ignoring the real problem, and then they'll turn around.
Hey, Maritha and
Christy.
Listen, I'm telling you, this is, and I'm what we're talking about is so. I'm trying to get the word for it. And say it is so true to people. Some people nervous about it, and I think if you're nervous about it, that means there's a problem.
Exactly.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I feel you.
So you have to pay. I'm gonna use for example. As long as you stay in your place, I ain't got no problem with you.
Exactly.
The first time you raise up
at you
and say, "Hey, that ain't right." Oh, we got an issue.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
You gonna
It's time to go.
Hey,
out the door.
And guess what? When you have the power, you make the rules. Right around this community, right around this Muscle Shoals area, right around the Shoals area, how many banks do you own? You don't own nothing. You don't run nothing.
Right.
And then what get me is we treat each other so bad. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I promise y'all. Look, I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. My white friends treat me better than most of y'all. I'm just telling you the truth now.
Facts.
Listen, I'm telling you, Sister Knox and I was talking about that. You know, our white friends, they treat us better than most of our black friends. Black people that say our friends.
Yeah.
Folk come over to your house and talk about they love you and all that kind of stuff. Man, that make you want to just speak in tongues.
Yeah, and it's really hard this day and time. I'm one of those, I'm an action person. So therefore, if you're going to say you love me or say you care about me or I got you, show me. Don't always talk about it, because a lot of people talk about things that they're trying to cover up.
Listen.
or don't want to be bothered with you, or they know you benefit them in some type of way. So therefore, you know what? I got to keep you around.
Truck driver said, mine do too. I'm saying, truck driver, I'm telling you now. And what get me is, and watch this. Some people, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't blame y'all. Listen, you got to keep your job. I know I know already. Some folks would text me, but they ain't gonna text no more. But they would text and say, "Why you saying that on the radio? You know we got to keep our job. We can't say that." Well, here's the thing: you shouldn't have to bend and change and go with inequality in order to keep a job. People who you work for, especially if you work for a public institution, if you work for the school, you work for the city, you should not have to dumb it down and play like it don't exist in order to keep your job.
That's true.
Now that don't even make
That's
sense.
crazy.
Then sit up and talk about you concerned about the kids. How you concerned? What are you concerned about the kids? So that they can stay in their place and run that football and win you a state championship?
Right.
But you ain't concerned about them when they get out of school or what they're gonna do and to prepare them for the next level. And I want to tell you something, and I'm gonna give it to you free. If you think that by you avoiding having this conversation with your children right now, just because you got a good job right now, just because you live in an area where people accept you, when your children get grown and they leave the nest and go somewhere else and they're black, they're going to experience what it really is to be black. And it's a thing to be black and poor and be black with some money. It's a totally different situation.
Right.
I believe that.
But at the end of the day, ask Michael Jordan. They don't care how much money you got. But
You
can't come out here.
Right.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was like, huh? Do what now? Michael Jordan tried to go to a restaurant with some shorts on. They wouldn't let him come in.
But
He looked around and said, ain't them up? Okay. Ask Oprah. Ask Fantasia.
Yeah.
What did they just do to Fantasia? You and your children, get out.
And that's
out of
crazy.
an Airbnb that,
Out of Airbnb. This just happened a month or so ago.
that she's paying for and wasn't doing anything.
And what's the biggest topic going
What's
on
happening
TV?
like a kids party?
Right, a kids party. And what's the biggest thing going on right now? You got your own people doing movies, big O, not paying folks.
Right.
And then Tyler Perry told somebody, he said, I paid you more than you ever made. And so they asked the question, said, but did you pay her what
she was worth?
He said, I paid her more than what she ever made.
Wow.
So we have to look at the whole picture and say, okay, we understand racism does exist, but what are we doing as a people to support one another and to make sure we stick together?
Right.
You know, I didn't seen people. I didn't seen people stand with you and say, "Hey, I'm with you," until you put your neck out there, and then they leave you.
Exactly.
I had a man, and God bless his soul, he died. Now he gone on to glory. He called me the N-word in Mississippi. And boy, the folks said, I'm with you. Then them folks started, I said, come on, testify.
No, testify nothing.
See, what had happened was,
I didn't really see it.
and man, that woman was sitting right there at her desk. That woman said, well, I really want to help you, but I got to keep my job.
Oh, that's
I ain't
sad.
telling y'all what I heard. I lived this. And those that know me know I lived this. In Cleveland, Mississippi, had just got out the United States Air Force serving my country and came back to where I'm from, and a man called me the N-word. And I was like, wow. So, you know, you can't tell me it don't exist. And today, I speak sometime and they really be looking at me with the N-word. Say, who is this?
Yeah.
Like
But-
at
Where
the
he come
meeting.
from?
Yeah, exactly. They be wanting to say it too. Boy, they be wanting to say it.
I think he really wanted to say
They be
that.
wanting to say it. They be like, what is come from? Like, and then my question is, and I always ask the question, I always say, am I speaking facts or am I making it up?
Right. And
I
if it's facts, there's nothing that can be said about it.
Yeah, I done had many people lead a church, and I said, you left because what? On facts or on feelings?
Well, some people can't handle the truth though.
But
They
they
say
always
they
talking
want
about
the
They want the truth, but they can't. They don't really want the truth.
Man, please, I went.
Or people say, I'm down with you until, and then you do something that they think wasn't right, and you're the worst person ever.
Well, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell you how you know what's really going on. I want to paint this picture. Donald Trump grabs a woman, you know what, and he don't go to jail, and he did it on TV. Donald Trump said, I will go down. He was walking down the road and say, I can shoot folks in their face, and I won't go to jail. Donald Trump has over 90 felony charges against him.
He's still able to run.
And just yesterday, he won.
I saw that. I was just shaking my head. I was like, wow.
He won. You hear me? He won an hour. And y'all pay attention. I told you this. Donald Trump is going to win again as the president. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, you ain't got no better choice. Hey, Joe Biden ain't hitting on none either. At least Donald Trump tell you what he stand for.
Right.
Joe Biden, he give it to you. He just fake like he with you. So you got to figure out which one. And so what people are doing now, they're saying, well, we're gonna go with the one that's gonna stick with the religion. Notice how religion is the key behind why people say they vote for Donald Trump. But religion is the most racist and discriminatory thing in America. If you want to see racism, go to Sunday morning. Sunday morning, you have whites meeting, you have blacks meeting.
Right.
You have very few mixed meetings. And when you have mixed meetings, most of the meetings, most whites won't sit under a black pastor. But blacks will go sit under a white pastor, and during George Floyd time, ask the question, why don't you speak against racism? And here's a matter of fact, look it up. The Church of the Highlands had an opportunity to speak against racism. The preacher did not. The pastor that speak on the video, that speak, he ain't over there. He be on the video. He didn't open his mouth and speak against racism. And you sitting in his church. And then you base your support, political support, upon religion, and then you put it on abortion. So you're gonna vote for somebody on abortion, but you don't have a problem with somebody killing me because I'm black.
Right.
Oh yeah. See, that's the stuff that we need to talk about. And I used to go to these preacher meetings, but they stopped inviting me when I said that. I said that I don't even get no email.
You need to quit.
I don't get no email no more. See, Mona, the devil don't bother you when he got you.
Right.
Okay, the devil don't bother you when you got you. Folks ain't gonna bother you as long as you going along with their program. The first day you speak up is the first day they ain't got no use for you. They done with you. Y'all remember I went to the board meeting and I was up speaking and the man told me my 5 minutes was up and I hadn't even said.
You had just got up there.
I had just got up there and hadn't. But because he heard my voice, my voice, the anointing on my voice and what I was saying was true, it irritated his spirit and he hair up. He got so mad until when the councilwoman said, hold on, then he told her, shut up.
Right.
He was so frustrated because he couldn't control.
Yeah.
And when you can't, watch this, all you gotta do is make folks mad. You see what's in their heart.
He lost his cool.
The Bible says
What's in your heart.
You get it in your head, it get your heart, and it'll come out your mouth.
Facts.
Now, that's what it said. So, but here we are, and just like you just did. You out of style. Don't say that.
I didn't say don't say that. I said you need to quit.
They gonna get you. No. What if Harriet Tubman would have said that? What if Martin Luther King would have said that? What if Malcolm X would have said that? What if Medgar Evers would have said that? What about if all of the boycotts, all the little people riding the bus would have said, I ain't getting on that bus? Huh? You couldn't stand to be out there picking nobody cotton.
No, I wouldn't.
And you definitely wouldn't be no house in. You too dark to be a house in.
I wouldn't be neither one of them.
What you gonna do?
I guess I'll die because I don't be neither one of them. I'm not doing it.
Hold on, boy. Hold on a minute. So you telling me you living in a time where slavery is existing. What you gonna do? Right now, slavery is existing. What do you own? Nothing. And if them folks tell you this is what you gonna do, if you gonna survive, guess what you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
What did Kunta Kinte do?
He ran away.
And what did they do to his feet?
They cut him
All
off.
right, then. did they let him go? No, he's out there nubbing, still a slave. That's what I'm saying. So what would you, and this is why it's so important that we have these conversations.
Right.
Now, y'all don't, a lot of folks get off and they don't want to hear about that because you ain't talking about who screwed who and who got a baby by who and all that foolishness. Now, your numbers will grow up to, we'll have over 1,000 views as we were talking about who was screwing who and who did who.
Or who talking about
Or
somebody.
who talk, but because we talking about something to change and make life better for our grandchildren and our children, nobody want to hear that.
That's what's used to keep us away from talking about
Well,
that.
okay, look at the people that created this television station called Fox. Okay, information given to me. Okay, the new television, Tulu, I think is what it's called, Tulu? Tubi. Right now, if you go on Tubi, Tubi got y'all going right now. When I say got y'all going, what's on Tubi right now? All of the what?
The black movies.
Come on now, see, there you go. So Tubi right now is playing all of the black movies, all of the black series, all the black everything. Guess what we doing? We making Tubi stable. Guess who owns Tubi?
Who?
Fox. The man that owns Fox. Guess what Fox talk about?
What?
You.
Right. Try to hold us back.
And because we don't pay attention, because we so busy looking at the smoke screen, we missing what's going on. And we get, well, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly. And that's
Got everything to do with
That's
you.
that's
Yes.
what's a lot of things that's going on. It doesn't. You don't feel like it really has anything to do with you, so therefore we don't speak about it, we don't talk about it, and we don't care about it. It's so many kids.
Hey, look, hold on, excuse me. So I told you, I said, if we talking about folks screwing, I already got text already. Pal, you said screwing. I said discrimination and racism, but you ain't text that. We are some of the most, I don't even know the word for it. Catch on to what's important. Quit trying to find something wrong in what folks say and look for what they're saying right and how you can perpetuate the rightness and help things get better instead of always looking for something negative.
Right.
Yes.
That's our problem. We too busy always trying to look for something negative in something instead of looking for the positive. Here we are. The Lord has blessed us with a platform to let our people know and let every one of his God's children say, he said, love me and love one another. And the question is today, are we loving each other without a law being in place? That's the question. Without affirmative action, are we going to do right by one another? And the question is,
No.
no. But we'll get up in church. I'm telling you, in church, boy, we love to. And then to my man, church, I'm telling you, you can't preach Jesus and then hate one another. You cannot preach Jesus and can't stand me because of my color. And what bothers me the most is quiet black folks. I can't stand no scared folks. Y'all some scared folks. I cannot stand that because don't talk behind the wall. Talk out in public and stand to make a difference and quit trying to label people as a trouble person because they speak up. All my life I've been labeled as a trouble person. But when you get in trouble, who do you call?
Right.
The troubled person.
Thank you.
Truck driver, you said something. He said people look to take one word and twist it and run with it.
That's what we do. But you ain't twisting how them folks and sit up there and mistreating you. I mean, because one thing about it, and here's the thing I keep telling people. If no one ever speaks up, our children are in trouble.
Exactly.
That is true.
We're living in a time, and I just watched this last night. I watched this last night on TV. They arrested a little black, the one young lady was sitting over there. She pulled over into a parking piece of land. And when she pulled over on a piece of land, the police pulled up behind her. Young lady sitting there. They tell her, and then here's go, knowledge is power. In North Carolina got a no identification. You don't have to give them your name. You don't have to give them your identification. You don't have to give them nothing.
Okay.
They have to tell you what you're being charged with and all that before you have to do anything. So the young lady said, she's sitting there. She know her rights. She ain't say nothing. They told her, well, we looking for somebody. She said, well, you ain't looking for me. And so basically it made the policeman mad.
Exactly.
And the policewoman mad. So the man on the passenger side, he started saying, well, can we have your ID? She said, I don't have to give you my ID. But out of being how we are, she gave the ID. And she was taking her time getting it to him. In the meanwhile, the white female police officer began to grab the girl by the arm and say, get out the car.
Wow.
The girl said, why? She said, because I said so. She said, I don't have to. She said, get out the car. She said, well, if you let me go and quit grabbing my arm, I will get out the car. She said, get out the car now. And went to snatching on the girl, but the seatbelt was on her. And the girl was hollering, let me take off my seatbelt. And the woman hollered, no, get out the car.
Wow.
So finally the man came around and he said, well, would you get out the car? She said, I will if she let my arm go. And she let her arm go. She got out the car. Time she got out the car, guess what they did?
Put handcuffs
Took her
on.
arm and put it up on her back, and she said, you're hurting me. And she was screaming, you're hurting me. She said, I'm 105 pounds. Why are you treating me like this? And you're hurting me. They said, no, we're not. She said, yes, you are. You're hurting me. And when it's all said and done, guess what happened?
They had to let her go.
They had to let her go, and they got a lawsuit. Because guess what them cameras don't do?
Lie.
Them cameras don't lie.
And then if that's the law, why were you so persistent in trying to make? That's the problem that I have. You so persistent in trying to make something out of nothing.
She got angry.
Well, that's because you don't get out.
She
the way.
act off anger.
Yeah, you gonna try to resist my authority.
Right.
You know, a lot of folks try to show you that, hey, I got the power.
Mm-hmm.
People will kill you to prove a point. Now I'm gonna tell y'all don't think people will kill you to prove a point.
I believe it.
You'll be amazed at the people that's behind a lot of people's deaths that never been talked about.
Yeah.
That's why you don't eat that catfish out the river.
I really don't.
Because a lot of folks in that river.
I believe it. I promise I believe it.
Man, you come on now. But here's the thing, and I say this, and I know I live it every day. If you're gonna talk the way I talk, you got to be ready to accept the recourse that's coming with it, because you cannot speak the truth and not expect people to attack you.
Right.
And guess what? Sometimes you have to do it by yourself, and that's why God say, "I give you grace, and I'm gonna give you mercy, and I'm gonna take care of you." Because I'd rather die for something, and then to sit up and let folks mistreat me and not say anything. And so that's what you see happening right now, is too many quiet people. And because we're quiet, Stephen Perkins is dead. Now you want to march after he died. Why you want to march after he died? Like right now, why aren't we coming together now trying to come up with a plan to make this area a better area for everyone?
Right. And then you want to march, and then you allow they were fighting prior to based on what was said with the amendment, trying to take the amendment away, and he turned around and used that amendment on you.
What you talking about for the marching?
With the protesting.
Yeah, saying they can't protest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but it still go back to what we said though. Yeah, Stephen truck driver said, "You gonna make me come to church? You better come on, man. Yeah, come on." And truck driver, let me tell you something. I personally have been attacked by many because of my belief, and I'm one of them people. I'm not gonna mistreat you, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. And a lot of people don't like my delivery of what I say, and I tell people all the time, until you live the life, you won't understand my delivery. Most people have never had anyone to call them a nigga. Okay, most people ain't never had that, and I had that. That's the experience. I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody, and then got fired behind it. So I have an issue with us around here talking about some "we shall overcome," and you won't even open your mouth.
Right.
You know, we shall overcome, and you won't even come to a meeting before the fight, and then we shall overcome, and you won't come to a meeting after the fight. You know, and then you say little stuff. I had a little situation come up here while I was talking about Black History Month, and I asked a question about what is it that the school system does for Black History Month. And people got upset with me because I asked the question. And come to find out, the board member said, yeah, we're going to do more. Why? Because it shouldn't be a big deal, or no administrator should be scared to celebrate Black History Month.
Right.
Or have activities for Black History Month. You do everything else. So I brought it up, and man, you would have thought that I insulted people, and some people stopped speaking to me because I brought it up. That looked like me. And that just didn't sit well with me, because all I did was ask the question, why is it that we don't have big major programs for Black History Month? And when they went back to look at it, came back and said, yeah, you're right, we didn't have it school-wide. We had a couple programs.
And the Juneteenth.
Okay. And so I said last night, and I'm glad I brought this up, I said next year for Martin Luther King Day, Sister Tamika, we're going to have a Martin Luther King Day parade. So we letting everybody know. Next year, we having a Martin Luther King Day parade. And we're going to try to make it a big, nice parade, because Martin Luther King was for inclusion, not exclusion.
Yeah.
So now guess what? Everybody can be involved.
Exactly.
Martin Luther King Day parade coming next year. Y'all might as well get ready. It's going to be big. We're going to celebrate, because y'all know everything we do at Knox Media Group will be free.
Right.
It includes everybody. We don't try to leave nobody out, and we include everybody. And somebody said, well, Pastor Knox, how can you include everybody? Listen, I can't get mad at you about what you like. All I can do is tell you what my belief is according to the Bible.
Right.
That's all I do. I ain't going to mistreat you according to what you like.
Right.
No, you still cool with me. That's between you and your God.
They'll be very judgmental.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? No, that ain't what we do. That's not what we do. So, anyway, I got Mona and Tamika. They a little scared today. They a little nervous. They ain't talking much.
I'm
so
not nervous.
I'm gonna take a break, and we'll be right
of what?
back. Y'all don't try to talk now. We
I'm
take a
scared of
break.
spiders.
I'm finna
That's
get your.
it.
I'm finna, hey, we finna take a break so I can pump them up, truck drive, and then they gonna come back. I'm telling them they can talk. It's okay. Hey, listen, I'm telling you. Hey, listen, it's a time and a place for everything.
It is.
And the time is now. Because I'm telling you, if we do not come together and get some help from our white brothers and sisters, our brown brothers and sisters, our Chinese brothers and sisters, most of all, each other,
Exactly.
we in bad shape. I'm telling you now.
It needs to start with us.
Well, it need to start before the fight. And that's what I'm saying. We need to have meetings where you're meeting about what are we gonna do to help
make it
our
better.
own self.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And if you go, everybody talking about the West Side. West Side ain't the only place where black folks live.
No, it's not.
I don't know why everything got to be West Side. I said everything folks come up with be the West Side. If you notice, everybody run over to the West Side.
Right.
You know why?
Why?
Because West Side is the best side.
But what about the other folk that live other places that need some help?
We need to help them too.
That's what. If you notice now, I ain't been here long. I ain't been here long.
That is true. It's true what you're saying.
You know, I ain't been here.
It's considered the black side, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I personally don't consider that to be as low as poverty as some of the people that live on the east side. I mean, because if you think about it, they stuck a school over there, and it's catered to all blacks. If you really think about it, it's more black kids and Hispanic kids that go to
Wheaton.
than it is.
Look, hold on. Somebody said, school out in June, Mona. Because Mona talking about Juneteenth. Look, I love it. I love it that you actually we're coming up with stuff and we're saying stuff, and I love it that people now are saying, "Hey, let's do it." That's what we got to do, y'all. We got to do it. We have to make a difference. And man, we got so hot. We got so hot up here. Our cameras done went off. I'm glad our mics are still on. Cameras done went off, y'all. Y'all hear me? The cameras done went off.
Oh,
And
no.
turn that one. We'll use that one over there. So yeah. So the cameras that went off, y'all. We done got excited, and then Mona up there talking about some Juneteenth, and they said school out of Juneteenth.
Well, it might be, but I'm talking about us as black people.
We thought you were talking about the school.
No.
But the school we could tell them in May to get with us and help us, and then we can be.
They
off
could
and
be
running.
involved.
Yeah. I
Yes.
think the power that went off, y'all. We ain't got no power over there, so we're gonna have to take a break, Mona, because we don't have no power.
Well, let's take a break.
You want to take a break?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break, y'all. We'll be right back. We're going to fix our cameras. Our cameras got excited about the stuff we were talking about. So
Either that or they racist.
you crazy. Y'all heard Mona, didn't you? Mona, listen. It's good to laugh about situations because sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying.
Keep from crying, yes.
So, hey, we'll be right back. You listen to 105.1. Don't go nowhere. Go ahead and tell somebody to like and share and come back and join us. Hey, listen, we ain't going to be gone long because every time we take a break, we lose some people.
followers.
We'll be right back.
Just taste the funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. That body's getting so funky now, hit me. Yeah, just hit me. Start to chase your dreams about the seats.
Make your body sway, socialize.
Get down.
Let your
soul lead the way.
shake it now. Go, ladies.
It's a living dream.
Love, life, live. Come play.
The game.
Our world is free. Do what you want, but free. We
Know a place where the nights are hot.
It is a house of both females and males. Cause others go, the DJ plays your favorite blast, takes it back to the past.
Music's magic.
Poof, hump, bump, bump, get bump with some blast. People, the soul sonic force,
The big power.
and MC Glow, we emphasize to show we got ego.
Make this your night.
Just live it right in my day, as the people say, live it up, shucks. For work
Or play, our world is
free,
Be what you be.
me. Yo,
Place where the nights are hot.
with nature's children
And
dance,
say the chance on this mother earth.
which is our rock. The time has come and what was told, show you really got soul.
Are you ready?
Hump, hump, bump, get bump, now let's go. House, then you let your, you got the body.
And pop. Bounce it house. And everybody just
Rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop. Keep ticking and talking, working all around the clock. Everybody keep rocking and clocking and shocking and rocking. Go house, everybody say rocking, don't stop.
105.1.
The music muscle of the show.
Hey, y'all, we back. I know y'all, man, look at them numbers, how they went down. Mona, we took a break and people got off.
I know.
Hey, y'all, we back. Tell everybody we back. Okay?
We're back.
Yeah, somebody said, surely you're not doing something others already doing. Surely. What we doing that somebody else doing? Y'all got a Martin Luther King parade?
It is a parade doing that day.
Where?
Remember,
Not
city
to drive around. I'm talking about a parade.
Well, they
I'm talking about like we did with that homecoming and that Christmas parade when it was 3,000-4,000 people out there.
that's what I think they're speaking of. That
Martin Luther King?
that's that during that day. The Martin
drive
Luther,
around?
the Martin Luther King, they did the drive around due to the weather. It was going to be because of the weather.
Uh-huh.
They normally do a march. It's the one. It rotates from Tri-City to Tri-City. So it was in Russellville last year. Remember, because we were part of that.
Okay, so what we want to do, let's join in. Oh, we already told them
Yeah, we
we're gonna
already
join
going
in.
to be there the second
Yeah, we already
Tuesday
told
of
them.
the month.
Listen,
so.
we already told you we're gonna join in with you, but I'm talking about. I want us to do a. You ever been to a real parade?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about that Christmas parade was like a real parade.
Yeah, I've been to a real parade.
I'm talking about that Christmas parade was like a real parade.
Yeah, so many people.
But have you ever been to a real Martin Luther King, a parade that's sponsored by African Americans
I haven't.
with a great turnout?
I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, good. See, that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact that most people have never experienced that, and it is something that is needed. It's something that should be supported by African Americans and whites and brown. Everybody should support it. If you say you are for equality,
Right.
and so you can make your mouth say anything, but it all comes about action.
Yes.
And so we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're trying to improve the wheel and work with the wheel.
And that's what was already established, because a lot of them are getting older and they're asking for people to come out and actually.
Yeah, see, now that
Yeah.
thank you. Help me out, because look, and that ain't nobody but God, because they just said to us the other night, we
Friday
need
night.
you all to step up
Right.
because we're getting older.
We're getting older,
Yes.
and they need fresh ideas, new ideas. So, what you're speaking of, if we're joining the committee, they're looking for improvement.
I
So
think that's a good
therefore,
idea.
that would be something that would enhance the parade of what they already doing. It's not to belittle what they're doing.
Right.
It's just making it bigger
Yeah.
for future future dates. It's already been established. It's already been asked. So it's just basically, I don't think you were aware of what.
Well, I'm just not, listen, I'm gonna say this. This is my point. It don't even have to be. You don't even have to be a part of the organization
Right.
in order to participate in
Right.
this parade.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, and what I'm saying is, we want to make it where I want Mona, and I'm glad Mona told the truth about that, because I want Mona to have the experience in Mississippi. Okay, everybody always talking about Mississippi being the worst place, but in Mississippi, one of your biggest days is the Martin Luther King Day parade. My son and my daughter-in-law just said in Hawaii, one of the biggest parades over there is the Martin Luther King Day parade. Okay, so what I want, and I'm gonna call on, and I'm saying this publicly, I'm gonna call on city leaders, I'm gonna call on preachers, I'm calling on everybody that say they're for equality to show up. Put your action where your mouth is.
Right.
If you don't have a problem and you believe in Dr. King's dream, well, we're calling for you. Okay, and somebody said, well, we thank God for UNA for doing the banquet. We think, yeah, that's a great thing, because UNA sponsored the banquet every year.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we want UNA to hire more black folks, hire more brown people. We want UNA to give more opportunities to minorities to participate in different programs without having to have, per se, the name. And a lot of times when you have the name, then if you're tied to for example, if you're tied to the Barnett family, and the Barnett family has been dealing with this group for a long time, then we'll allow you to come in. Well, let's bring somebody in that have not been dealing with you for a long time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So where you don't look at people as, because you're black, we got to first see if we can control you. Woman told me the other day, Knox, they were talking about putting you on the board, but they're trying to see if they're gonna be able to,
Control you.
work with you. I said,
Wow.
so when she said that they're gonna be able to work with you, I said, so basically what you're saying is, if I don't buy into what they're selling, then I need to shut up. And if I don't shut up, then you don't get on the board. I said, huh? I said, yeah, y'all missed me with that one. I don't want to be on nothing that I can't be Monsieur Knox.
You gotta
And-
be yourself.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't talk up. I'm telling you, I know, you ain't got, man, listen. And here's the part to get me, and I'm going back to church folk. You would cut a country fool at church,
Right.
in a church meeting, and won't open your mouth in a meeting for inequality, against inequality. You won't even show up for that meeting, but you'll show up to cut a fool at church. Your priorities messed up. And you'll skip church because you didn't like the color of the walls, or you'll skip church because they didn't ask you before they did the lights. But you won't come to nothing when it's talking about the inequality of what's going on in your community.
Because the first thing most of them say is, I don't have no kids.
It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Ain't got nothing
Oh,
to do with me.
wow.
It's got everything to do with you. See, I tell the story all the time. Mona, your son is just important to me as my child, because my grandchild could be out somewhere, and if Mona ain't did nothing with her child can turn around and shoot my grandchild.
Right.
Or if my grandchild, if I ain't done nothing with my grandchild turn around and shoot your son. You see what I'm saying? It has something to do with everybody, but people don't. I think, and I was told this. You need to work on your voice is a little bit too demanding. Well, I'm sorry that my voice, when I speak on something that I believe in, I speak very definitively because I believe in it. And I think that you need to start speaking up for what you believe in instead of flexing.
Well, a lot of people say, they don't really mean what they say. They just say this. Speak to say if I'm saying it correctly. They just speaking. They're not meaning it.
They're just talking to hear themselves talk. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, and then they worry about. But like I said, my biggest thing is people. They're not action.
No, here's the thing.
They're not
Here's
about
the
action.
thing. Here's the thing. And people, here's the thing. And this is very important. Our problem is we worry about who gonna get the credit.
Yeah, that too.
That's what we worried about. Who gonna get the credit? And I say this all the time. A lot of people won't participate in what you're having if they don't get the credit for it.
Right.
That's crazy. Why would they want the credit?
It's all about
Name.
You the person. You that person. Okay, let me use it for an example. You got anybody in church, and not just saying your church. Have you ever seen people in church that won't participate in something if they ain't over it? If they ain't
I'm
on
pretty
program.
sure.
Hey, and guess what? It rolls on over into the public sector. I mean, it's the same thing. And my point is, and I say this all the time, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. And I know a lot of people say, "Well, Pastor Knox," somebody told me the other day, "Pastor Knox, see you too straightforward," and that's sad. That you would rather somebody to be fake with you
Behind your back.
than somebody to be real with you.
Yeah.
Then
I would rather.
they said, well, you ain't had to say it like that. Well, how do you say it? You call red is red, white is white, blue is blue, black is black. And didn't curse, just said it very definitively. So what's the problem? And the issue is, if you never had anyone to be real with you, you can't stand real when it show up.
Right.
I believe that.
So, I mean, that's a problem. And prime example, when Deion Sanders went to Colorado, the statements that were made by most white coaches, y'all want to be rappers? They said this to black players. If you going to Deion Sanders to Colorado, you must want to be a rapper.
Wow.
I mean, this is just said a couple months ago. So you see what we're dealing with. But most of us, and I like I said, I understand that, some you won't speak up. But hey, if you're not gonna speak up, don't speak against.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get mad at Mona for talking up and say Mona need to be quiet. Don't get mad at me for talking up and say I need to be quiet. Don't get mad at Tamika and say how she gonna talk. Don't do that. If you don't want to talk, don't beat up the person that's doing the talking. Support. Because everybody doing the civil rights didn't march. Some people couldn't march, they had the money.
Right.
So they had to keep working so they can keep money
They was
so they can fund
funding
it. There you go. But what we do, we won't march, we won't give, but we'll talk against it.
And tear it down.
And tear it down. And I'm telling you, I done seen it's crazy. Because Mona, I done seen people, and this is over my few years of being here on this earth. I done seen people see that back door open and say they need to close that door. And they closer to the door
Than you are.
And will not get up and close that door. And then go tell folks, that don't make no sense, then left that door open all that time. So,
So you just talk about it.
And then, yep, y'all do. What we need to do. Somebody said, yep, y'all do. What we need to do. What we need to do. What you saying we need to do. What we need to do. Because I think that we're going to call, like I said, we're going to call out on all of our people. I think now here's the thing, and this is the God honest truth. If you're an elected official, you shouldn't have no problem with nobody calling you. Why would you run for office if you got a problem with folk calling you? What sense does that make? Did that make sense?
No.
In whatever district or wherever city you in, you ought to be able to call on the person that represents you, because they knew when they took that job, that's what it encounters. I should not have to wait to talk to the mayor. I'm in Muscle Shoals. I ought to be able to go up to the city hall and say, I need to meet with the mayor. And I should be able to walk and be able to meet with the mayor.
Right.
I should be able to meet with the alderman or the alderwoman. I mean, or whoever it is. And a lot of people are offended because they feel like they can't. Did you know you can write a letter or you can ask for a meeting with the president?
Oh yeah.
You could ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you know that? Did you know that you are entitled to go to the White House if you don't have any criminal charges or felonies against you for violent offense?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that.
It's your house. It ain't the president's house. The house belongs to you. See, a lot of stuff people don't know because we haven't been taught. We've been taught to stay in our place. And if you get out of line, then you think you more than somebody else.
Yeah.
So, that's what happened. Yeah, so that's the biggest thing. Man, you talking
think
today.
you somebody.
Yeah, I am somebody.
I
don't
mean,
know
that's what
about
I'm
nobody.
saying. Yeah.
I know. Look, I am somebody. Because, see, here's the thing. Because you think you somebody don't make you mistreat folk.
Exactly.
That's true.
Now,
And then-
But a lot of people do.
And what gets me the most, Christians. I mean, I'm talking about what I know about. I mean, I know I'm a Christian, but so many people are so judgmental of your past. How can she speak on anything and she done did everything? You know what? Mine may have been caught. Yours just ain't been caught yet.
Oh, well, that's my point.
I mean, that's
true.
the part that I have a problem with. And so many people, they do that, and they try to think you are belittle than them because of what you have been caught doing. But it's just a matter of time. You may not get caught. It may not happen to you, but keep living.
Yeah. It'll get you.
I mean, it can happen to your kids, grandkids, your niece, your nephew.
Well,
It still happens.
Well, y'all done
That's
did
true.
good today. Y'all done did good. Y'all done stirred up the nest. So now it's action plan. So you got to have an action plan and say, hey, what are we going to do? Because I personally go back to our topic. I personally think that, if we were living in a real, true world that people wanted to do was right, then affirmative action would not be needed. But being that we're in a dog eat dog world, you got to look out for people.
Right.
And I'm telling you, the have and the have not, the has and the have and the have not, that is a total different community.
It is.
Okay. And what happens is most of the time, people that's talking and speaking up don't have to do that. And so we as a people, and I'm talking about everybody, I'm not talking about black, white, I'm talking about everybody as a human race. We need to just all come together and stick up for what is right. That's it.
I think we do.
That would be
How we gonna do
nice.
that, Mona?
We got to come together.
How we gonna come together, Mona?
We got to meet. We got to have a plan first of all.
Let me ask you something, because I think you and I we're brothers and sisters, but let me ask you something. Honestly speaking, we're gonna have a meeting on Monday night, and we're gonna meet at the city hall because we can use the city hall. Okay, because it don't belong to the city; it belongs to the people. How many people gonna show up?
Maybe the first meeting, not too many. I mean, I'm just saying.
So you say we have a meeting Monday night. You think how many people in a whole show's area? It's 50,000 people here. It's over 50,000. Let's say 70,000 people here. How many people you think will show up?
Less than 50.
Less than 50. So you're saying less than 1%
Right.
of the population would show up.
That's just my opinion.
Okay, no, that's good. Okay, you said less than 50. All right. How many people you think will show up?
Less than 50.
You think less than 50? Okay. Now, the same, let's just say, Lord behold, that Joe Blow have just been shot and killed by a police officer. And the police officer just happened to be white. And Joe Blow was black. And now we're having a meeting on Monday night. How many people gonna show up?
Maybe 100.
How many gonna show up?
That same number, less than 50, because people, they only concerned on what's going on for them.
So you think if Joe Blow done got shot, you think less than 50?
Mm-hmm.
You think 100?
About 100, yeah.
Okay. Personally, I think on the meeting that ain't nothing happened, but we're just coming together, brainstorm, trying to figure out how we can do better as a people, as a race. You may have, like you said, I think you probably have about 10 to 12 people to show up. Now, as far as the fighting and the police that shot a black man and he happened to be a white police officer, you finna have over 300-400 people to show up, because they're gonna show up and mad and talking about police officers and all this kind of stuff and all that, but that's backwards. We as a people, and I'm not just talking about a black race, I said we as a people.
All race.
That means all races need to come together and meet with the police officers and meet with the city officials and just meet and have dialogue about what need to be improved and what can be improved prior to something happening.
That's true.
We only do it after the fact. Matter of fact, somebody said, well, y'all need to come. People say you need to come to the meeting. They have say they have meet. Well, you know, we got to meet before. And I don't know. I remember the council. I just used Councilwoman Simmons. I knew when I first got here prior to COVID, she used to have town meetings. Okay. And I promise you, I went to several meetings, and you can pick a seat where you want to sit. I mean, but now you want to talk about why you didn't get but so much money to remodel the place. Now you want to come up in, no, you should have been there on the front end.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because whether you know it or not, and this is going back to me again, that meeting on this Airbnb, oh boy, y'all talking about now who? Hey, those folks was up in there speaking up on their stuff.
Yeah. Had been there.
And they had their stuff together.
They did.
They wasn't up in on no emotions. They's up on facts. One's for it and one's against it.
Right.
But we just got it. We got to do better, man. We got to have a plan. We got to have a plan. We got to have a plan.
It needs to start now.
And then, look, and one thing, and I must agree, I mean, I'm getting messages, I must agree, that it does depend on who having the meeting.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It does.
And it's sad.
It shouldn't be like that,
it
but
shouldn't
it
be.
is sad
Well,
but
I
true.
mean,
Sad.
That's a lot of way. It depends on who having the different functions on who you support, and it shouldn't be that way. It should
That's
be.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's pitiful.
It is. It's very sad on how things are done.
Well, here's my point. If Scooby-Doo run for office and Scooby-Doo get elected, you still got to support your community.
Right.
You can't stop going to the meeting because Daffy Duck didn't get elected.
Right.
you
still part of the community.
You're still part of the community. You got to be there for them 4-5 years. So you got to be there. So it's important. And I'm gonna say this, and I know I always when I say this, people always say, well, there you go again. And one of the biggest things that we have to do is, and I'm talking about pastors. Pastors got to come together. Pastors, we can't tell the community and tell our churches that we need to stick together when pastors are the biggest haters among each other. We have to come together. We have to fellowship. We have to have a common goal. We have to not argue about who's going to be in charge, but we have to look at who's going to get it done. Mm-hmm. It ain't about who being over nothing. It's about getting it done. And right now, we're not getting none done.
No.
We ain't getting none done. Matter of fact, we so ineffective to political people don't even come to you no more and ask you for your support. That lets you know you ain't doing nothing. So we as pastors, and the sad part is we can, like I said, according to who call a meeting, we can call a meeting and certain folks just won't show up.
Right.
See, it ain't
True.
got nothing to do with me, but it's got something to do with all of us. God has called us to a higher position, and we need to make sure that we're doing our part. And we can't do it. I'm gonna tell you,
And lead by example.
come on now. And during election time, you know, we had a situation, and we're getting ready for election with the National Baptist Convention. And one of the things that I noticed during election time, when people were trying to run, a lot of people always try to talk to you, want to sit down and have a conversation with you, and then
Come
afterwards,
to your church.
yeah, and then afterwards, where are we? What we doing? But hey, I thank God that I think we're going in the right direction with the National Baptist Convention here in the state and the local. We got some more work to do, but hey, got to get busy. Got
Well,
to get busy.
Yeah, this coming Saturday, this the second annual show Scale Back will be held at Coach Harvest Mitchell Gym, which was formerly Burroughs Slater. And this, like I said, this is the second annual. It's hosted by Councilwoman Katrina Simmons, Susan Bentley, Dr. Javar Jones, and the City of Florence Park and Rec. And they are still accepting vendor spots. So if you're interested in being a vendor, you can call Councilwoman Katrina Simmons at 256-349-3879 or Susan Bentley at 256-856-3918. So y'all, that's this coming Saturday the 20th from 1 to 5. So prayerfully the snow be gone, Mona.
I hope so. It's cold out there.
And this is going to be Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday the 20th.
It says it's going to be still cold.
Well, you know what? And that's a lot of things. People do what they want to do. So regardless of the weather, this is a annual event, and it's trying to make us aware of our health. So health is wealth is the theme. So let's go out and support for those who are able. And I know a lot of older people, well, a lot of young folks gonna say it's cold. Just go out, put on your coat.
So
Do like I do, put your gloves on.
So you're saying that Saturday, if it's 12 degrees outside, come get your blood pressure checked, so you can make sure you still can feel the 12 degrees.
Right. Yep, go on out and support.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, listen, it's gonna be cold, so y'all make sure y'all come out. I know they got heat. Wear your coat. You remember y'all probably remember the commercials you do in Mississippi. Wear your coat. There's no heat, but the gym has heat.
Yes.
Y'all know that they're big time now in school where they have air conditioning in the gym and heat. I mean, I was coming along. We ain't had no air.
Really?
Oh yeah, they have air.
You had air?
Yes.
I think the only school that
No.
does not have air.
What school you went to?
Central.
Oh, that's why you had air. Okay, then I understand. Okay.
Well, we had air too.
You ain't had no air, no East Side. East Side did not get no air until.
You have to forget that I wasn't always at East
I'm talking about
Side.
anybody. I'm talking about at East Side. You ain't had no air, no East Side. She always trying to act like she was up somewhere else. You was over there East Side, over there on that other side of the track. Y'all had no air. You had to prop them windows open.
Well, that's
and
why
it
I
was
know
hot
how
up
to
in
treat
there.
people.
Huh?
Because I'm diverse. I've been around the world.
Trying to act like she ain't over, like being better than Rosedale. Y'all ain't better than Rosedale, man. Rosedale, man, we had the windows and we had the air. We got the wind before y'all did. Cause we was on the west side. What you say?
West side is the best side.
We was on the west side. So
Truck driver says chances of snow again Friday.
hey, truck driver, listen, I got a conversation I need to have with you and your friend. Yes. So I'm gonna
Who,
make
Christy?
Sure, yes. I'll make sure I give you guys a call, man. I'll give y'all a call.
Birthday shout out to Eugenia Barnett. She says she's not in her car listening to us, but she's on live with us, and it's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And listen, shout out to our new listener that tuned in today. What's her name again?
Candy.
Candy. Okay, we thank you, Candy,
Down
for
from
tuning in.
Tuskegee.
We really appreciate you. We look forward to doing business with you, man. We're going to do some business with you. And because with technology, we can do business from Tuskegee right here.
That's right.
So we're gonna be in touch with you so we can do some business together, because we got a lot of stuff going on, got a lot of stuff coming up. And, y'all get ready.
I'm excited with our new relationships that we're finna have with people.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I can tell you, and this is coming from the horse's mouth, okay? The horse's mouth. 24. Either you get on board and roll with us, or we're gonna keep on rolling.
Jump off.
Because one thing about it, if I'm gonna fail, I ain't gonna fail for trying.
Right.
One thing you'll say, you won't be able to say Knox was not asking us for his support. Knox was not out here doing everything that Knox could do to survive. You choose not to support it, then that's on you. But I'm gonna do my part. Because grandma said, if you make one step, he'll make two. So listen, I'm gonna do my part. I'm doing my part, and I want to see. I don't want to be a radio station that's all about playing music. I want to be a radio station about making change.
That's right.
We're gonna be interactive.
We're gonna be what now?
Interactive.
Oh. I thought you said we're gonna be interactive. I was like, interactive. What word?
I know how to pronounce my words.
Oh, you're trying to say? What are you trying to say, huh?
Eugenia says she on board, and she's 41.
Come on. Thank you. Thank you.
birthday.
Hey, listen, we're calling for everybody to get on board with us. Come on, help us. We want to be a change. I mean, a positive change. And let me clear the air. We are willing to partner with anyone that's willing to do what is right.
That's right.
And inclusive, not exclusive. We're not trying to exclude nobody.
Exactly.
We want everybody to be a part of this.
Very diverse.
And listen, I'm going to say this again. I'm a pastor. I believe in the Bible. And the Bible tells me I have to love everybody. I don't have to love the sin, but I have to love everybody. Understand the difference. So again.
Don't have to like you.
Now that ain't what he said. Mama said, I ain't gotta like you, but I love you.
Love you.
So we're gonna have some activities, got some stuff coming up. And listen, we're gonna see how it work, Mona. We're gonna see how it work, Tamika. We're gonna call some meetings and host some meetings and see how it work. And guess what? All the meetings will not be in Florence.
That's right. Because we are also located in Russellville.
We're in Russellville.
Our sister station.
You can hear us in Muscle Shoals. You can hear us in St. Joseph, Tennessee. You can hear us all over the place. Matter of fact, I was coming out of Huntsville the other day, and I said, look out now, look out, look out.
I know. I drove to Huntsville the other day, and I actually listened to us until we crossed the bridge.
Look out.
Well, I told y'all in certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was over by Hazel Green. And it was like,
and that's further out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm telling y'all. So, hey, we out there, and I'm praying and asking God to do some more stuff for us because we got some more stuff we're going to announce. But my dad says, shut your mouth until you shut your mouth until you get it in your hand.
That's right.
And I said, yes, sir. He said, shut your mouth till you get it in your hand because everybody don't want to see your plan work. So you just shut your mouth till you get it in your hand.
As truck driver say, you preaching now.
So we got some things that we're going to do, but we're not going to let it out yet. And I promise you all, it's going to be a blessing to the whole show's area. Yeah.
Sounds great.
But we still need people to go like our YouTube page, subscribe. That's Knox Media Group. That's all we ask you to do.
Yeah, y'all with us. Go on to our page, man. We trying to get some help. We need some help. So go to our YouTube page. That's Knox Media Group, INC, and hit subscribe.
That's it.
And then tell somebody else to subscribe.
Yes.
Because Mona got 200, 300 kinfolk. Tamika got 1,000.
Well, I'm working on mine.
I got about 1,000. So I'm trying to get mine to come on board as well. And we could just get that going. We need your help. We need your support.
And all you have to do is just go to YouTube, look us up, subscribe.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if y'all can do that, that would be great. That's a great start to helping us out.
And let me tell you a secret now. I was laughing at this, but I looked at our Facebook page. You know, yesterday we was at 54. We was at 53,000, then went to 54. Today we at 55.
Okay.
And so
we're getting there.
In order to give away the car, the numbers have to be right on our YouTube as well as Facebook.
Yes. And I love it. And what I'm paying attention to, we're gonna give away the car.
Yeah.
We just need you to help us.
That's it.
Give away a car. We're giving away a car. And then we got election season coming up too. I saw some county commissioners signs.
County commissioners for Lauderdale, I know they're
I
having an
saw
election.
Judge Hayes sign up.
Yes.
I saw
And
a
that's
couple more,
Carver County.
and I saw a superintendent for Carver County.
Lauderdale also have a superintendent.
So Lauderdale got a superintendent position. I saw Carver County got a superintendent position. So there's a lot going
So
on.
those positions are voted on, and I think the city is more appointed.
And look, we got to give shouts out to the superintendent, your kin people. You've been elected as the new pastor.
First Baptist.
Yes,
Tuscany.
congratulations,
First Baptist Tuscumbia.
Dr. Jimmy Shaw.
So congratulations to Pastor Dr. Jimmy Shaw.
Yeah, Pastor Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
So we
also,
want-
we
yeah,
had
so-
another pastor.
But let me tell you, he have it. Dr. Shaw installation is going to be the last Sunday in this month.
The 28th.
So want to make sure we let everybody know that Dr. Shaw installation will be the last Sunday in this month. And once again, we want to say congratulations, myself from Knox Media Group, from Galilee Missionary Baptist Church. Congratulations to you, Dr. Shaw, and may God's blessing fall fresh upon you and the ministry that he has allowed you to pastor.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah, we ain't no haters over here. Now, what you should say, Tamika?
I forgot his name now.
Uh-oh, you said some preacher.
Yeah, we actually have a pastor at Mount New Home. I can't think of his name now, but he also is now the truance officer. What is it they call him? The school.
Oh, you talking about? Oh
He
man,
used to be a
I'm
state
looking at
trooper.
him. Yeah. Man, I forgot his name. Yeah, he the pool man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Okay. Man, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll give you a shout out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Bates.
Pastor Bates. Yeah,
Pastor Bates is the
Yeah.
new pastor of Mount New Home, and he's
Yeah.
also at Sheffield as the police officer for the school.
Okay.
Thomas Bates. Okay,
Bates,
Pastor
yeah.
Bates, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Where's New Home?
Mount New Home in Leiden.
Okay, so congratulations to you, Pastor. Pastor New Home in Leiden, Mississippi.
Leiden,
Let
Alabama.
me tell you why I say Leiden. I say Leiden, Mississippi. It's a place called Leland, Mississippi.
It is.
Yeah, so and that's right down the street from the house. So when I get ready to say Lee, I almost think Mississippi. So Leeton, Alabama.
Yes. Yeah, I thought
Congratulations.
that was pretty cool. I said he done came out of retirement and went back into law enforcement.
So he's the truant officer in Sheffield.
Yeah, I forget they have a name for the police officers that work at the school, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, but I don't know what it is.
What's she saying? Since you know what she's saying.
She's saying they have a name.
You ain't.
That's what she's
What's she
saying.
saying?
She's
What's the
saying
name?
they have a
He's
name.
at-
What's
He's
he
at the
saying?
Sheffield
What's the
school.
name, Mona B?
Bates.
So congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations, Pastor Bates. Man.
Congratulations.
Resource officer.
Resource officer,
So
yeah.
we pray that God continue to bless you and your new ministry as well. And anything we can do here at 105.1 and anything we can do at Galilee, we're willing to help you in your ministry. All right? I mean, I think that's all we can do.
That's right.
Yeah, we can do that. And listen, also, when I was sitting at my desk today, I want to let this out the bag. I have a group of preachers that I'm in. It's a group of preachers that I know that's out and about and that don't mind helping. Mona, pastor, what's your pastor name?
Marcus Baker.
Pastor Baker, Pastor Ron Thompson, Pastor Tyrone Thompson, Pastor Wingo. Got a couple more pastors that's willing, and we're going to create I'm creating a show, and on this show I'm going to have pastors, and we're going to talk about some things, church issues, and different issues in the community, and I'm going to have different pastors to come on, and so y'all get ready.
That would be nice, because I got some questions.
She said it'd be nice, but she got some questions.
No, you cannot come on the show. No questions from Mona B. Ain't no help. So, hey y'all, but that's something that we're working on. And so if we have also, I was asked this, and we want to let this out. People ask, when are we going to start playing our sermons from our pastors that we receive? Let me be clear and be very direct on this. We are waiting again because a lot of people ask, what are the details? Let's say it again. What was the details? It's free.
That's the number one.
Yeah,
Okay, it's free.
it's free.
For a whole month, it is totally free.
30 minutes.
30-minute sermon or Bible class
study.
or whatever you want to talk about for 30 minutes, and it's free. Right now, we had 10 spots open,
We had 3.
and we had 3 pastors to respond. We were waiting because I had a couple of pastors that said, hey, tell us how to record it, and we'll get it to you. So if you're a pastor and you want your stuff to be played on 105.1 and WKX 1500 AM, then you can take your iPhone when you're preaching, if you like, and just sit it on the counter, on your pulpit, and preach, and then send it to us, and we'll take the air out the background if we have to.
Okay.
So we can make it work for you. We have 7 more spots that's available, and February, the first Sunday in February, we will start playing those sermons.
And you just need the sound.
And
Yeah, that's the
also
sign.
one, you actually have 6 because you've already committed to helping one pastor.
Oh,
already
okay.
do
So yeah,
this.
so we got 6 spots, and so we got 6 spots open, and just send it to us. And once again, I don't mind helping you, whatever I can do to help you, but I can't help you if you don't send it to me,
Right.
or I can't help you if you don't ask me to. So just let me know what I can do to help you in your ministry, and we just want to do that. Okay. All right.
That sounds great.
All right. So the ones who have already sent them, we do have those, and we're just waiting on the others.
That's right. So hey, y'all, it's 2:00. We getting out of here today because yesterday we didn't do no work around this place.
Let's stay on.
I see. No, Monica, you've been mighty quiet today. You ain't had much to say today, so we're gonna go and get off so you can do some work, and then we'll be back tomorrow. Again, we won't have the show this evening, the Ain't It Maine, because Ain't It Maine can't drive.
No, Ain't the man said his nerves can't take it.
Your nerve can't
Look,
take
he
it.
like Mona for real.
Anxiety.
Well, I mean, and it is. It's if it's something that you've not been used to, it is kind of hard to get adjusted to.
And I can't wreck my new car. No, I'm just funny. But I can't drive in the snow.
Mona.
It's just a mind thing.
So you can't wreck your new car. You can't drive.
I probably can't. But I ain't gonna drive in snow.
You got a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive?
I don't know.
She got a wheel.
I got a car.
That's what I want to say. Mona, like, I have no idea. All I know, the wheels turn and we rolling. Hey, y'all, listen. We up out of here. We appreciate y'all. We want y'all to know that, hey, we love you guys. We appreciate you all.
Yes, please support us.
Love y'all.
And we're going to do something different. I'm telling you, we're going to do something different. So we out of here. 105.1.
The music muscle of the show. Bye.
Even though I'm real shy.
Skip is waiting.